With Ben Greenhalgh after Margate's 3-1 away win against Three Bridges in the league. Ben, 3 points away from home. You've got to be pleased with that one.
Yeah, I think we've just got to look at it like that because there were a lot of things that we didn't do very well. It's probably one of our worst first halves that we've had, and maybe it's where we have had the week off and we've come out a bit sluggish and slow. There were a lot of us that we weren't playing the way we wanted to play. We weren't sort of doing stuff that we'd mentioned. And sometimes when you get into those habits, you almost just grind it out. And we did what we've been brilliant at all year, and we've picked it up from like the 42nd, 43rd minute. And we looked like we're creating a couple of chances, and Kai's done a brilliant run down the left. And obviously earned the penalty. The most disappointing thing is coming out at half-time and letting a goal, because that's not been us all year. So you can tell we're a little bit off it today, and we'll be critical on us, and we'll demand more this week. But at the end of the day, like we said, this is a tough place. So like in terms of what we're up against, like they're a tough team to play against, and we got the 3 points, so it's good for the league position.
Yeah, like you say, they come out at half-time and conceded pretty much straight away in the first minute. Does that show the boys' resilience and mentality, though, to go on and then get another 2 goals to get the 3 points?
I think there's always belief in everything that we do. Like we said, the amount of goals we scored before our half time, we sort of have that in our game plan, where we believe that we can do it. And normally, to be fair, we come out at half time and we're quite positive. It's the first game that we've come out and we've been quite a way off it. So disappointing, but the reaction was good. And actually from there on, the second half was pretty decent. There were times when we did have to defend because it was only 2-1, and there haven't been many games, and it's probably something we need to work on in terms of going more than 1 goal up. But it shows the resilience of a team again, to go on. And like we said today, went and got the 3rd goal, which is a massive positive.
Could you pinpoint any reason as to why you said we might have been off it today slightly?
Maybe, like I said, maybe the week off. We ended up having Tuesday off because we haven't had a Tuesday off for I think 12 weeks. So for us, it needed to happen. And maybe just the way that they played, they went a bit expansive. They sort of cheated on us a little bit, and I'm sure, as we saw in the first half, they did give the ball back to us a few times in high areas, and we were hunting like we always do. And maybe if we'd put them away, it would have been a different game. But instead, it went the other way a little bit. So we were just a bit off it, and game plan wasn't really being played. But in the end, the game plan did come out a little bit. But like we said, a good team comes away and gets 3 points, and I think we've been very good at that. We look at the sort of a lot of away games where it's like Erith, Broadbridge, Deal, this. They haven't been pretty. We demand more in terms of the way that we're playing, but there's 12 points in 4 games, so that's the way we have to look at it.
Just want to get your thoughts on the captain, Harry Hudson. Obviously put in another fantastic performance today at the back. How important was it to keep him this season?
Yeah, obviously, look, Harry was keen for the whole time throughout the off-season. We were having a chat before things were announced, and before things were decided. He was always like, I'm staying, and that gave me a sort of confidence to try and build a squad in. But at the same time, Knight has been superb as well. The one thing we've got to stop him doing is getting yellow cards, because we could miss him soon, and it could be 2 games. But him and Harry have been absolutely brilliant, and T's obviously played a massive part. And what's been quite good for T is he's had a few weeks where he's managed to rest a little bit, and E-Man's sort of picked up a little bit in those games. So we've got very good sort of options in defence, but I think that's probably where we are at our strongest, and I think they'll demand a bit more. I'm not saying it was them that should have headed those balls clear from the long throws, but they'll demand more, because normally in our box we're a lot more dominant than that. So it's a bit of an off game, and we will look into it, and we'll have a conversation with them. But I'm sure come Tuesday, come Saturday, whatever, whoever's playing, we're going to be a bit more dominant again.
We do take a break in the league now to go into the Velocity Cup away to Ashford on Tuesday night. What are your thoughts going into that one?
It's difficult because our focus is without a doubt on every league game, and you don't want to make people play on Tuesday and suddenly can't play on the Saturday. So we need to manage players, and there are a couple of knocks in the dressing room. Like we said, obviously we brought Ben Allen in, and he proved what a player he is in the 2 games, and he played minimal amounts of game time, but got a goal and assist. It's one of them where you'd like to chuck him in, but at the same time he needs to be ready for next Saturday. So no one's got a long-term injury. That's a massive positive, but there's a few niggles in there. We need to manage that so that they're all right for Saturday, but at the same time we have to go to Ashford and try and win whoever's going to play, and we do trust in our squad. There isn't a massive squad, and everyone feels a bit more part of it because it's not a massive squad, and everyone's getting opportunities because it's not a massive squad, and at the moment it hasn't caused us a problem. So we'll go to Tuesday, the 11 that go out there will put in a performance that's worthy of for Margate Football Club.
Perfect. Cheers, Ben. Well done.
Cheers.